Hello, lovely people of the internet. I have been absent for a long time now, but there were a few incidents that really put me off, and I just hadn't had the motivation to edit my video footage and do a voiceover. So I'll start at the beginning. I think at the beginning or end of last year, I lost access to my Instagram account. I didn't know what went wrong there, but I wasn't able to restore it. So I basically had to create a new one, and I'm still uploading old Instagram posts in there that I had on my previous account, but also new stuff. So if you're wondering, my new account is RaspberryX, RASPEIREX. Sounds like a mixture of dinosaur and I don't know, menthol chewing gums or so. I will put the link to it in the description below. So this was the first thing that happened and really drained my creativity and motivation for the last year. Then in the middle of last year, one of my external hard drives died, and there were a lot of pictures and paintings on there and also video footage, and a friend of mine tried so hard but he was not able to restore it. Sadly, so I had lost a few months of recorded footage of my paintings. Not only a few months, I think. One of the paintings I'm working on since 2019, and I basically do not have footage anymore for it, so that I'm really sad about, and I don't know if I will ever finish this painting because I don't know if this is understandably or if you can understand this, but I just lost a lot of motivation due to these incidents. So then my other hard drive died. I think this was at the beginning of this year, in February or so. This time with a lot more video footage on it, so I practically didn't even have footage anymore to edit. And honestly, I was just really heartbroken and disappointed, and also angry with myself that I didn't put everything up into a cloud. So I at least fixed this now. I store everything online now, and I really hope this won't happen again. And I try to make sure that I save everything double, so I save it on my PC or on my laptop and also in the cloud. So I'm I basically have double checked that it is safe. Anyways, the story of this painting is that this friend of mine who really helped me with the hard drives, or at least he tried to help, liked World of Warcraft and also Murlocs as well as I do. So I wanted to paint something small for him to thank him for his help. This happened to also be the first time I used Acryla Gouache or any kind of gouache really, but I think the subject was quite easy for the first approach with a new medium because there aren't a lot of details, but a lot of color planes. As I was younger, I used to work a lot with acrylics, and that was actually my main medium for a few years. I also used it during my illustration courses at university, but after a time I kind of lost interest. I don't really know why, but I remember that I didn't like the shininess of the dried color or the sheen that happened when acrylics dry. So with gouache that's completely different because it dries matte. So I love the outcome of the dried paint. I also researched a little bit for this. I looked at gouache artists that I admire. For example, Sibylline on Instagram, she's quite popular I think, and try to understand their approaches or techniques. So I basically drew the sketch and then I painted the outlines with gouache. Because when you lay down a color plane with gouache on the pencil sketch, you basically just see the plain color and nothing else. So it was very helpful to outline it first. And then I laid down the basic colors and I tried to stay in one color scheme. So I used blues and greens and also reds and oranges for this. One of the tricky parts was to blend the colors into each other because I'm really not used to this anymore. In the last years I worked more digitally or with ink or watercolors, and the blending there is quite different. But one thing I really like with gouache is the opaqueness, if this is even a word, although I always wish the white would be more opaque. So if you have a tip for an opaque white gouache color, please tell me. And I used holbein Acryla Gouache for this. I think it is very expensive, so I don't think you actually would need this as a beginner, but I guess I'm influenced a lot by Instagram and the artists I follow on YouTube, and a lot of them use those paints, and I actually really like the outcome with them. So this was actually everything I can tell you about this painting. I'm just doing the background now, and then I think I'm doing a little more details and refreshing the outlines, because I really like the outlined look. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That would help me a lot. And I hope I will talk to you soon. Bye guys!